We are back yet again. Man, this is the jokes just practically write themselves. Now what's crazy is, I did a video recently on Myron Gaines or Amron Foodle and Walter, and then I did another video talking about Myron where he is basically talking about black women unnecessarily, as he particularly loves to do. And now you have Sneako, a person who has become not a regular fixture on my channel, but has become a fixture nonetheless over the last few months, who is now back in the digital media news cycle again because of something that he did. And he's probably sitting there wondering to himself, how did this even happen? I was just sitting up there telling the truth. They like to tell themselves that they're telling the truth. That's the lie right there. They love to lie to themselves that they're telling the truth, but they're actually not. So this article got placed in my Discord, and shout out to the individual that posted it. And it basically says that Sneako has now been banned on Kick. In the past 48 hours, he has been banned on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. How in the world do you get banned on 3 platforms in 2 days? Now, that's something that I don't even think Myron and Walter could do, and that's getting banned on 3 platforms in 2 days. At least with them, theirs was spread out. Like they had one, happen here, then another one. It was a while before the next one happened. This guy got banned on 3 platforms in 2 days. Do you know how much of a scumbag you have to be in order to pull that off? And like I said, he's probably somewhere saying to himself, how did this even happen? They love to play dumb. But let's go ahead and get onto this. Nicholas Nico Kinda Balantazzi, and for those of you who out here keep saying that this man, they think he's part black, you tell me one black person you know with a name like that. Last name Balantazzi? Come on now. Better known by his online moniker Sneako, has been banned from YouTube, Twitch, and Kick in a span of merely a few days. This turn of events adds to the former YouTuber's streak of controversies. Sneako is a 26-year-old streamer who has been making content since 2013 and gained attention for his commentary on cultural and societal issues, if you want to call it that. He has a large, predominantly conservative fan base, having previously amassed more than 2 million subscribers on YouTube, as well as significant followings on other social media platforms. And you gotta think to yourself, you have all of that literally at your fingertips, and at the young age that he's at, because he's still relatively young, and you want to throw it all away because you want to do some forced controversy that's really wrapped up in a lot of anti-insert group name there, or anti-insert ideology there. I could not be that dumb. It's no way I'm gonna mess up my bag just to see if I could try to fit in with the conservative crowd. Imagine that. And now they done snatched 3 of your bags away. All he has now is Rumble. If that goes away, he's done. To be honest, I don't even think he's probably even getting that much off of Rumble. He was definitely getting more off of YouTube for sure, and possibly Twitch. I don't know how Kick works, but I'm willing to bet YouTube and Twitch was probably his biggest bread and butter. In 2022, his YouTube channel was banned after the Google-owned service found him to be spreading misinformation related to the 2020 US elections and the woo-woo jab, as later confirmed by Sneako himself. While the suspension was characterized as permanent, it was unexpectedly lifted a year later on October 20th, 2024. Wow. So you just got the ban lifted after being off the platform for 4 years, only to go back to being banned again? And from the sounds of it, it had to be a couple days later, because this article was recently posted, and I'm recording this on October 24th, 2024, which is 4 days after they lifted the ban on him from YouTube, which he just got snatched away again. Man, I'm telling you, these digital losers are something else. Let me continue. However, Sneako's YouTube channel was banned yet again mere hours later, just hours later, so not even a day or 2 later. The exact circumstances of this development are unclear, but the rebanning of his account after reinstatement suggests that the initial removal of the suspension may have been a mistake. The fact that the former YouTuber hasn't actually posted anything to his channel during his brief comeback period aligns with this theory. So that's why. So That's why he probably didn't even realize his channel was unbanned, and that's why he didn't post anything. That's crazy. A day later, Sneako was also banned on Twitch. Initial reports suggest that this particular suspension is permanent. Twitter fan account Sneako Update shared a screenshot of the streamer's alleged ban notification, which states that his channel has been indefinitely suspended due to extreme hateful conduct that happened off Twitch services. And that's the other thing that these fools don't understand, is when you carry that rhetoric on other platforms, just because you didn't say it, like, and we'll use the example of Twitch, just because you didn't say it on Twitch doesn't mean it's gonna not follow you everywhere that you go. It's gonna get back to them because you are a big face on the platform, and they feel that you are a representative of him, albeit a bad representative, but a representative nonetheless. So say that you went and carried your rhetoric over to X, where he typically does do that, or Rumble, where I'm sure he does it. It follows you. It's like a digital paper trail. And the thing is, they think that, oh, if I didn't say it on Twitch, it won't hurt me. Huh. You must not know how any of this works. You must not know how any of this works, because all they got to do is have someone over there that saw and heard about what you did and tell someone over at Twitch about, hey, you heard this guy named Sneako? Yeah, he said this, that, and the third about this and that person or this and that group. Can you do something about this? And they'll have no problem rectifying it, because what you're not going to do is hurt both of those platforms at the same time, whether you are on that platform when you said it or you're on another when you said it. And the thing is, Sneako and those like him don't get that memo, and that's why they're in the position that they're in right now. But let me continue. It goes on to say, shortly afterwards, Sneako also got kicked from Kick. I like how they wrote that, which suspended his account on October 23rd, which was yesterday, while he was streaming himself talking to random people. Although the exact reasons for these recent suspensions remain unclear, some social media users speculate that Sneako's ban may be tied to the content on his Rumble channel. There, he was repeatedly accused of promoting misogynistic and anti-Semitic sentiments and giving a platform to various controversial figures. Sneako has previously also stirred controversy by defending Andrew Tate's alleged crimes, including his purported act of confiscating passports from, I'm gonna say, ex-trafficking victims. On that topic, he once said that Tate's alleged victims, quote, didn't know how to obey. That is some nasty work coming from him. That is wild to even say. In light of this track record, many social media users have welcomed his latest trio of bans, saying that they're hoping all of them are permanent. Sneako will plausibly increase his Rumble content output now that he has been deplatformed from some of the largest video services on the internet. He was also previously banned from Instagram. My goodness. So he's been banned on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and Instagram. And I'm almost certain, because Facebook is tied to Instagram, because I believe Facebook owns it, he might be banned on there too. This guy can't go anywhere. He literally has created a social media, I could say, ditch for himself that he can't even dig himself out of. He can't climb out of that. So now they said all he has now is Rumble, and I'm guaranteeing that a lot of the stuff that he has been saying, again, was on Rumble, because he feels like Rumble is the free speech platform. They said the same thing about X, and they finding out the hard way that free speech ain't free. But you know, they abuse that First Amendment right about as much or even worse than they do woke. Or you know what, nowadays I think they abuse woke just as much as the free speech thing. But I don't know, they kind of go hand in hand. Let them tell it. But yeah, I don't feel bad for, listen, I do not feel bad for Sneako. It could not have happened to a more deserving and pathetic individual. I can't even bring myself to call him a human being, because this guy has said some of the most deplorable things over the years. It's just absolutely insane. And don't get me started on the anti-black stuff that he says, because you think Myron is bad. Sneako is just as bad. I'm not going to say that he's worse, but they are literally trying to share a trophy of who can be the most anti-black, non-white, wannabe white person, because Sneako is another one of the people that doesn't realize who he is, or is someone suffering from identity issues, which is why a lot of the times they do and say the things that he says. I feel nothing for him, and I'm glad that this is actually happening. Hey, KG, if you're out there listening, remember how you said the grift is coming to an end, right? November 5th is almost here, y'all. It's October 24th, and this guy got kicked off of 3 major video sharing streaming platforms in 48 hours, and one of them he just got unbanned from, and they rebanned him when they found out that he got banned on another platform. That's crazy. That is insane. That is wild. But like I said before, it is what it is. I feel absolutely nothing for Sneako. I don't know what he's going to do now. He's probably going to continue to be on X or Rumble and engage farm and say a whole bunch of anti stuff about us and other groups to try to get people to flock to his page so they can cuss him out some more. I mean, this guy has caught a lot of L's this year. One of the biggest, of course, and how can we forget, was in, what was it, in Detroit or wherever that was, when that security guard, when he knocked the head off of that security guard, which was dumb. And that security guard jumped off that stage and knocked him dead in his mouth and chipped his tooth. Man, what a moment that was. I told people when the end of the year comes, that's going to be one of the highlights for 2024 for sure. Peep how the article stated that the reasoning, or the alleged reasoning for the reason why Sneako got banned off of these platforms, or at least the ones that they did give, was because of his misogynistic and anti-Semitic rants and tantrums and narratives. Nowhere did it mention about him being anti-black. And see, that's exactly why people like him and Myron default to talking about black people, because that's a safe zone for them. And what have I told you? The foundation of every grifter's grift is to degrade, or the degradation of black people, especially black Americans, because they know that there won't be really any consequence. And that's where we have to come into play. We have to install the consequences, because unfortunately we don't have an anti-black hate crime bill, which, by the way, neither one of these candidates have one either, which is another reason why I'm voting for the couch. So we have to implement our own consequence one way or another.